What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Sid's Little Corner of the Internet. This is Sid Sr. speaking, and we're bringing you another Transformers review. This time around, we're going to take a look at the Transformers Generations Decepticon Shockwave. Now, this is one of those videos that I wasn't really expecting to do, and it's kind of impromptu, but I wanted to get this out to you because this was an unexpected find for me today. I happened to pick this up at a local Walgreens, and because the box had some damage on it, I'm assuming, this thing was on sale, so I picked this thing up for $9.99, and I thought, well, geez, yeah, why not? Let's take a look. I went in kind of sight unseen. I didn't know a whole lot about this particular figure. I know about Shockwave. I just didn't know about this Transformers Generations figure, and I thought, well, gosh, for $10, yeah, let's pick him up and take a look at him. So I wanted to get this video out there so you guys could take advantage if you wanted to pick him up. I don't know what the availability is at some of the Walgreens, or if you even have availability, but if you do, go check it out. Might be a good place to pick one of these guys up. So as we always do, let's take a look at that packaging first, and I'll show you what I mean. I've got a little bit of damage on here. So right there at the top, you've got a picture of Shockwave and some decent artwork there, Transformers Generations. And down here it is Decepticon Shockwave, converts in 10 steps. Just the Decepticon logo on the side. On the back you have your product shots. And you have that real brief bio up there that says there's no limit to the evil this Decepticon scientist can create. And you do have your instructions down here because there is literally nothing in the box. And there are no accessories, there's no instructions, nothing comes with this guy. But you do get the sad baby and some of your warnings down there. And on the side, you get some Shockwave artwork. Up top, Decepticon logo. Down below is the damage, and you have the manufacturing information. Also look for Sideswipe. So there you go. That was it for the packaging. So let's bring this Shockwave in and take a look at him. Bring him right up. He's got that yellow eye right there. Pretty decent amount of detail right in there around that eye. And then just that purple chest. He does have a Decepticon sticker, which is nice to see. And then he has the abs. And come down here, you've got the crotch and a decent amount of detail. Now, I will admit this is a cheap figure, I guess is the best way to put it. There's not a lot of articulation here, and then when you come around to the back, he does have some awfully hollow legs there, but that's okay for the price that I paid and the overall presence of this guy. Actually, I think he looks really good. It's just a good looking Shockwave. So yeah, I'm all right with it for the price that I paid. So now talking about the articulation, there's not a whole lot to him. You don't get anything side to side. You don't get anything down, but you do get this, and it's because of transformation, but it's still kind of fun. You get this up, and it's a very questioning up. It's almost like he's super curious. He's like, excuse me, what did you say? You know, just, whoa. What? That's what I meant to do. Anyway, and then over here at the shoulders come up that far. And you can go this far to the back, or up top, and then this far going backward at the bottom. And you get nothing at the bicep. There's no bicep rotation, but you do get right at a 90 degrees of an elbow bend. And at the gun, due to transformation, you can swivel this if you want to. Nothing at the waist, although it looks like there could be, there's not. And for the hips, you can bring the hips out that far, and he's right on the edge of having a nice, good Van Damme. And the legs kick out forward that far and kick out backward this far. So, decent amount. Enough to get him in some okay poses. And down here at the feet, there is nothing except for the foot tilt for the transformation. So you're limited in your posability and your articulation for him. Oh, sorry, you do get a little bit of a swivel at the knee there as well. So nothing at the thigh, but you do get that knee swivel. So you can get some decent posing and articulation on him. See, now that I've knocked that loose, now that's all it wants to do. There we go. Stay. But yeah, overall, I think he looks pretty good. Transformation on this guy is as you would expect. It's fairly simple, so we can just take these hands and flip the hand in. And if you want, you can flip the gun in right now, but I'm going to wait until we get all this cleared. So you can come back here, open those wings up, and flip the feet all the way in, and then you can just turn these to the outside like that, and then you can squeeze them together, and then that forms the front of the ship, which is what his alt mode is here. Take these panels and flip these panels up, and then lock those into place. And for the head, you can take the head, turn it around, and then lift all of this up, which is it was wanting to do when I was handling him, and then bring this down and tuck the head away. And now for the arms, what they tell you to do is just bring these arms 180 degrees back, and do the same thing with this one right here. And at this point now, I'll tuck this in. And so there you have this Transformers Generations Shockwave in his spaceship mode. And I think for the most part, for what I paid for it, it's not bad. This is a little loose right here, but I think overall it looks pretty good. And you do have a pretty decent amount of detail on this guy. Sorry, I just wanted to get that head straightened out. It was a little crooked. So bringing him in up front here for the detail. You do have some pretty good there. You got nice paint apps right here, this silver. And yeah, he's got a little bit of gap, but it's not real bad. Again, for the inexpensive figure that he is. And then you have this faux Shockwave face eye thing up there, and you have these painted silver intakes right there, which are nice. Unfortunately, the two different types of plastic, they don't match colors for the panels, the thinner panels, if you will, versus the rest of the body. But it's kind of close to this painted section right here, so that can be forgiven. And yeah, so there is the front. There's the back. This is where it all starts kind of falling apart. I mean, you've got a lot of hollow areas back there. But from the top, not too bad. And there he is from the bottom. So, all things being equal, considering that I only paid $10 for this guy, and I really like the way he looks in robot mode, I'm perfectly fine with this. So for comparisons in this mode, he's a big purple spaceship, so I'm going to bring in the best big purple spaceship that I know. So you want to talk about a difference between engineering, we can take a look at that, Generation Shockwave, and we will bring in Kingdom Cyclonus. So in all reality, there's no comparison here. This is a far superior figure, but that's okay. This is just for fun, just something that I picked up, and I enjoy him. So there you go for the comparison between the two. And from a size standpoint, I mean, you can see it's pretty comparable, actually. So there's a decent amount of plastic that you get with this guy. All right. So we'll get him transformed back into his robot mode, which is by far my favorite mode. We'll do a few more comparisons here, and we'll get this review wrapped up. So to get him back to his robot mode, it doesn't really matter where you start. If you want, just fold those wings in and get those out of the way. Fold these panels down, and you can split the legs. Turn the legs 90 degrees inward, and flip those feet out. And you have the legs complete. And then you can just open this gun up here, swing the arms down, swing this arm down, open up that fist, and then you can swing up the chest and turn the head 180 degrees, and there you have Shockwave back in his robot mode. And like I say, this is what I'm really impressed by. Limited articulation, but the overall presence of this Shockwave, I think he looks really good. So I'm happy with this. All right, so he unfortunately doesn't come with any accessories or any other weapons. And you know what? I didn't check yet, but is he effects compatible? He might be. Let's see. Oh, yes, he is. Look at that. So he can do some pew-pewing as well. Look at you go, Mr. Shockwave. My, oh my. You just get better every time I look at you. All right, let's take that off. I think that's probably the only place he's effects compatible, everybody. So let's go ahead and bring in some other big purple people eater comparisons here. And we can start with the granddaddy. We'll bring in my G1 Shockwave. And if he looks like he's stooped over a little bit, it's because he is. Because when I stand him straight, this knee right here just does not want to support his weight. So he has a tendency to collapse on me, but maybe fingers crossed we can keep him there long enough. But yeah, so against that G1, he looks pretty good. He's got a little bit of a size difference, and of course he turns into a huge spaceship, and this turns into one of the coolest laser guns I ever had as a kid. But yeah, overall that looks pretty good. All right, let's oh so gently take you over here and set you down. And the next one we'll bring in is the Shockwave from Transformers Prime. I think those two look pretty good together. Again, he has a nice presence, and his overall size, I think he matches up really well with these guys. Of course, articulation and transformation and stuff, these guys are better, but they're more expensive figures as well. But, hey, this guy comes with this. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. All right, thank you. And next, we will bring in the Studio Series Shockwave from Dark of the Moon, which, in my opinion, is probably the coolest version of Shockwave that's ever been released. I mean, this guy just looked like a beast. He had that huge worm and was taking buildings down, skyscrapers and everything. And then when they did the Studio Series here, just with these paint apps and everything, just made him look absolutely amazing. And that, I'm telling you right there, that's a face not even a mother could love. Nobody's going to love that thing. That's why he's so mean. He's just so ugly. But there you go. And finally, last but not least, we'll bring in Siege Shockwave, who a lot of people knocked him. People didn't really feel like he should have been the leader cost. But I really like this little sled that he's got here. I think there's good playability there. So he's probably my second favorite overall. But I think that's a pretty good look between the two of them. All right. So, I didn't have that on all the way. Part of his sled fell down. Now he's going to just fly in circles because he's only got one jet. All right. So, to wrap this up, I say yes. If you can find him at Walgreens and you can get him at a good price, pick this guy up. I think he looks great on the shelf. Yes, he has limited articulation. Yes, his alt mode is weak at best. But you get a good amount of plastic for the price, and in robot mode, this is just a great overall look for Shockwave. I do very much like the look of this figure. So with that, yeah, that's the end of the review. This one was a pretty short one, guys. There wasn't a whole lot to say about this guy, and everything was pretty straightforward. But yeah, if you can find him, pick him up. And as far as the rest of it goes, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button, give us a subscribe. You know, if you're watching us on YouTube or Rumble, leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to see. And we will make this channel better as we get feedback from you guys. And we will try to tune this to your favorite settings, if you will. So, yeah, be sure to give us a like and hit that subscribe button and leave us some comments. And until next time, guys, we'll talk to you later. Take care.